Time for another board game review, and this time we have the game Equinox. This was sent to me by Plan B Games and is designed by Reiner Knizia. On every Equinox, mythical creatures gather in the magical forest to compete to have their tales recorded into the legendary storybook. Over the course of several rounds, players will bid on creatures to outlast their competition. Players can influence the outcomes by playing cards for special powers. The tension rises with each round. Of the 8 creatures, only 3 will have their story put into the book. Place your bets down. You're going to have a magically good time. Let me show you how to play. So in Equinox, you are trying to earn the most points by betting on creatures that will finish the tournament. The earlier a prediction is made on a creature, the more points it'll be worth. However, betting heavily on a creature increases the odds it will be eliminated by your opponents. At the end of the game, the players whose predictions gain the most prestige is the winner. So the game is divided into 5 rounds. Each round consists of 1 or more turns for each player. They're played clockwise, and each turn you play a card, eventually completing the current row. A round ends when the creature is eliminated from the current row. So first off, you can make or reveal a prediction. So you can bet on a creature hoping it will still be in play at the end of the game. The earlier a bet is made during the game, the more points it'll be worth if the creature finishes the tournament. So there's a couple different predictions you can make. Now, I'm going to put some cards in play just so we can see what they look like. To make a regular prediction, you choose a pebble-free location and the column of a creature still in play. Take one of your available prediction pebbles and place it directly on this space if it's empty or in the top right corner. There can only be 1 regular prediction per creature per round, and the value of a prediction depends on the round in which it was made. Now, during the game, you have only 5 of these prediction pebbles. Once you place one, it cannot be taken back unless a power lets you. So I could be like, okay, I think this guy is going to survive till the end, so I'm going to put a prediction. Or I could put it on a blank space, like I think the owl is going to last. But regardless, when you place it, it is permanent, and there will be 1 per creature per round, and 1 with each of these pebbles. A secret prediction can also be made in the first round only. Now, you start the game with, everyone has 8 cards in their hand. And in the first round only, you could be like, okay, I'm going to make a secret prediction that this little guy is going to be the winner at the end. What you can do in the first round, place it face down in front of you and put one of your pebbles on it. That is your secret prediction. Now, you cannot play a card during the turn in which you make one of these secret predictions. And yeah, these are worth 5 points at the end of the game if that creature makes it to the end. You can only make 1 of these secret ones per game. Another thing you can do is reveal a secret prediction. Instead of making a prediction, you can reveal it. So you can be like, I am revealing that this is my prediction. Then you would put that pebble on the corresponding champion card in the first row. Revealing your secret prediction may help you become the controller of a creature, which we'll get into later. And a revealed secret prediction has a prestige value of 5 during the game. It is possible for 2 or more players to make a secret prediction on the same creature. And finally, if you don't want to make a prediction on your turn, you can just skip that and just decide to not do an action. Like I said, you have 5 of these pebbles throughout the whole game. At the end of the game, if that creature is still alive, then you get points. And depending on what round you made it, you get less and less points as the game goes on, depending on what round you predict in. Now, the controller of a creature is the player who has the highest total prestige value in the corresponding column. So, what that means is a controller can use special powers. So right now, blue player has a prestige of 5. In the little, what's this guy called? The rubble column. So, in this case, only blue player can use the special power. And this prestige can add up. So let's say I had a prediction pebble on this one. My total prestige would be 9, in which case you would have to have higher than 9 prestige in order to control the rubble column. If 2 or more players share the highest total prestige, nobody controls the creature. And unless revealed, secret predictions do not count towards the total prestige value. That's why you would want to reveal your secret prediction so you could put it up here and get the 5 prestige and control the creature. Now, after you've done your prediction or not, you then can play a card. There are a couple of different cards you can play. You can play a creature card, When you play a creature card, you place it into the appropriate spot. If other cards are already covering the space, you can play them over that card. If the creature is eliminated, which we'll get into later, you cannot play a card of that creature. If there was a pebble on this spot, you just place the pebble on top of it. Now let's say I was the controller, I was a gray player, and I had current control of the owl. He's called Hoot in the game. And I played this card. If I am the controller, because I currently have the highest prestige for my prediction pebbles, then I get to use the power of the creature. In this case, Hoot lets you select a player and choose a creature that's still in play. This player must give you a corresponding creature card if they have one. If not, they must show you their hand. So I could be like, okay, since I'm the controller of Hoot and I played this Hoot card, I'm going to choose a yellow player. You have to give me a card of one of these if you have one. And if you don't have one, you gotta show me your hand. Another type of card you can play is a chameleon card. These can be played in any column as long as the creature is not eliminated. It does not activate special powers, and they can replace a card if you place it on top of them. So I could put it here and make it represent the bear, or I could cover a card. You know, you got some choices, but let's say I place it here. You can also play tree cards. Tree cards don't go into the display, but they do different things. For example, if I play the ancestor tree, I can choose a creature in play. Like, let's say I choose this guy, the Goat Man. Everyone who has made secret predictions of that creature must immediately reveal their secret predictions. This can make me go, do you have it? Is that your secret prediction? I'm gonna make you reveal it. You can also play a Dryad, which retrieves a visible creature card from the current round or from a previous one, and you just take it to your hand. So I can be like, okay, I'm gonna take this. Once you have played your card, then you can discard up to 3 creature cards of creatures that were eliminated. Because as the game goes on, I'll show you in a second, creatures will start to get eliminated. So if you have those dead cards, you can discard up to 3. Then you draw up to 8, and then finally, you see if a creature is eliminated. So, in order for a creature to be eliminated, I'm just going to show you. So here's a situation where the entire row is filled. Okay? Once the entire row is filled with creatures, then you look and see which one has the weakest strength. This is the strength. Looks like it's Goatman. Since Goatman has the weakest strength, that creature is eliminated. So you put a little poof disappearance card. For the rest of the game, you can no longer play Goatman. He is out of the running. If there was a tie for weakest strength, you keep going until there is one weakest creature. Once that creature gets eliminated, then you set up the next round. You place this disappearance card here, and then you go back to doing predictions and playing cards and until another row fills up, and then another creature will get disappeared. And you keep doing that all the way down until the 5th round. After that, there will be only 3 champions left out of the 8, because 5 will be eliminated. Then you reveal any remaining secret predictions and place those pebbles on the cards. And so your final scoring is, you just see where all the pebbles are on all the cards, and you count the prestige points. So if I have a pebble in the first row here, well, not the top row, but the first row, they're worth 4 points each, as long as those creatures didn't get poofed. And you just count up all the pebbles and see how many points there are. Whoever has the most points is the winner. If there's a tie, the winner is the player who made a secret prediction on one of the creatures still in play. If there's still a tie, whoever placed the most prediction pebbles in row 1, there is a bunch of tiebreakers, but really just count the pebbles and see how many points they're all worth, and that'll be how you determine the winner. So obviously there is some strategy involved, because if you place stuff early, yeah, it'll get you more points, but that's going to make people even more eager to eliminate them. And if they're eliminated, they're worth nothing. So it becomes this risk management game of, should I bet early to seize control and use their powers? Because if I have the most prestige in a column, I can use their powers when I play them. Or should I wait and try to snipe them and make them poof? Obviously, the meat of the game is the powers. So we're going to go through all the different powers in the game. First up, we've got Squeak. Draw 3 cards when you play this and add them to your hand. Rubble, immediately place one of your available pebbles on any creature that does not already have a pebble on it, in any row, including previously played rows. So that's a way to move them around and be sneaky. And you can be like, ooh, yeah, I'll move this up to the top and get more points. Feather Fox, discard any visible creature or chameleon card from another column in the current row. Any card that is revealed by this power is considered to be the creature's actual card. Once you pick up a card to discard, you cannot change your mind. So this guy can just throw away a card. The Ursus don't have special powers, but each of their strength is increased by 0.5 more than normal. During final scoring, if they're still in play, you score 0.5 points extra for each of your pebbles in their column. Goatman, choose another player who has at least 3 cards in hand. Draw 3 cards from their hand and look at them. Keep one of your choice and give the 2 others back. You can steal cards. Here is Pilgrim. Retrieve a visible chameleon card from any row of your choice and add it to your hand. This guy is Twins. Immediately play a second card as if you had an extra phase 2, so you just get to go again, basically. Hoot, I already mentioned, lets you take a creature from somebody if they have it in play. Otherwise, they show you their hand. Stag, select another player, draw half of the cards randomly from their hand, and put them face down in front of them. They cannot use these cards on their turn. They must draw them back in phase 3. So you kind of like force cards out of their hand and force them to draw them and waste their time. This guy is Hopscotch. Choose a column from a creature still in play. You can exchange a visible creature card from that column for another card in that column and just swap them around. Fiery Fang, retrieve a played creature card depicting Fiery Fang from a previous row, add it to your hand. This is Moss Man, retrieve one of your prediction pebbles already placed in a column of a creature. Place your pebble in front of you. If you retrieve the pebble of your secret prediction, discard that card, you can make a new prediction with that pebble. So you can change your mind. This is Carmen. Carmen's special power can only apply in phase 3. In phase 3, you can discard creature cards still in play or eliminated. So this gives you more freedom on what you can discard. Fungi, or Fungi, choose another creature that has been eliminated and immediately activate its special power. Yeah, so this one lets you use the power of a eliminated character. And those are all the different champions you can use, but in each game you use only 8, so you can mix them up every time and make them different. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. You play these cards down. If you control the columns, use the powers and to try to manipulate things. Otherwise, you're just trying to make sure that the creatures that you bet on don't get eliminated by being the lowest strength at the end of a round. And that's the game. So first off, the art is really beautiful in this game, and the designs are a lot of fun, but what's hidden underneath that friendly fairy tale package is a super cutthroat bidding game that I personally enjoy. There's a lot of neat strategy in placing your bets early on for more points and potentially getting more control of powers, but then you run that risk of people gunning for your champions to take them out so you get fucked. It's great. It's satisfying card play with a real take that feel as you place, a low number on top of someone's precious champion or defend yours with a high number. It's a really simple concept, but it's very engaging throughout. One very minor critique I have is that even though I think the cards are beautiful, they're kind of overly large, and this game demands way more table space than it actually needs. Like, you need a 9x6 card grid for this game, and the cards are huge, so it's kind of cumbersome. I feel like the cards could have easily been just a bit smaller and not sacrificed too much, like, look-wise. Even if they were like squares or something, that would make a little more sense, at least for the ones you put on the table. Well, I guess that wouldn't really work, but just smaller cards in general, I think, would have been a better move for this, just because it's a huge space. I also felt like the powers themselves are a little uneven in usefulness, but that's not so bad because it makes certain champions more desirable or competitive. Overall, though, this is fun. It's a satisfying experience watching champions that your fellow players have supported from round 1 poof out of existence, especially if you're the one who played that card to cinch their death. The powers give some nice flexibility and strategy, with moving your stones around or moving numbers around. The presentation is excellent. If you don't like mean confrontational games, I would avoid this one. But if you want a easy to grasp game that still has teeth and has, a meanness to it that I personally enjoy, I would definitely recommend this. It's a lot of fun.